Okay, today we're working on this 2020 Jeep Wrangler, and I'm going to show you why it is easy to misdiagnose a bad battery. So the lady that owns this is complaining that it has intermittent starting issues and keeps having to jump it off. So we're going to test that out. All right, on these Jeeps, you got to undo the hood. Got these little latches over here. Feels like a plastic hood. All right, you're going to need a socket set. 10 millimeter is what I'm going to use, but get yourself a nice socket set. You're going to need a ratchet. This is a 3/8 drive ratchet, so I'm going to use one of those. I'm going to use one of these extensions, and you're going to see me use some of this NCP2 battery corrosion preventive spray. And these are optional. I use this OEM battery analyzer. I used a scan tool to check for codes, and I use this voltmeter or multi-tester. And we also use this battery terminal cleaner. So let's get back to the Jeep. Underneath here, I'm sure it's got something to press. There we go. Where is the hood strut on this? Oh, there it is. Okay. This has the 3.6 liter standard Pentastar Jeep motor that minivans and Jeeps share. The battery seems to be over here. Let's take a looky here and see what's going on with this. Okay. So, as you can see, this is the original battery manufactured for FCA. That's Chrysler, Fiat Chrysler on 1000 Chrysler Drive. And let's test it. All right. Guess I got to push the brake and press the start button. Does not start. You see? Okay. Interesting. Aggravating. Turn that off. Plug the old code reader in. See if we got any codes. No codes. Next up, let's use this battery analyzer here. We'll hook the positive up, hook the negative up, and what are we reading? Nothing. There we go. Nothing again. Come on. Okay, that's already not a good sign there. 11.29. So this is how this can get misdiagnosed. When I run the test on this battery, it's probably going to say good but charged. I see that a lot. Let's see. So this has upside down 650 cold cranking amp. So we have to set this. Let's see. This is an AGM battery. Yes. Cold crank standard CA. Yep. And we're going to oh no, we need to go back to the CA rating. Okay, what you didn't see off camera is about an hour ago, I tested this battery and it said the battery was good, it just needed a recharge. The vehicle's been sitting here. So sometimes these batteries or these battery checkers aren't 100% accurate. So to show you that I've already checked the alternator, I've got this jump pack here. So let's see if we can get this thing started, and then we'll do a quick voltage test. All right, push the brake in. Press the start button. So obviously the battery is the problem. It started right up. Now let's check the voltage. Get rid of this. By the way, if you don't have a jump pack, at least a 2000, I think this is a 2000 amp hour, these things are a lifesaver. All right, we'll put the voltage on there. No volts. Let's see what the old alternator is putting out. 13.9. Okay, so we know the charging system in the Jeep is working. We just got a bad battery. So I went to the Zone and got one of these Duralast Platinum AGM batteries. Many things are expensive. It's like a $230 battery, but that's what she wanted. It had an AGM in there from the factory, so we're going to put this in there. So the first thing you got to do is obviously, move that out of the way. And there is a hold down right here, which is probably 10 millimeter. And it is a 10 millimeter. And remember that, that's a long bolt. And that holds down on the bottom plate there to keep the battery from moving around. Next thing we're going to do is, I think these might be 10 millimeter also. We're going to take these off. So, not sure what that's about. And then you want to compare them to make sure they're the same. And there's a lip. You got to make sure that the battery, one edge goes underneath this lip. And then, of course, we will bolt the other lip down with that piece I took off, which is right here. All right, once you get it situated in there, you're going to have to use this little piece here, and that will hold down on the other lip. All right, your correct order to do these battery cables is you want to disconnect the negative first, then the positive, and then when you put the new one in, you want to do it reverse. You want to connect the positive first and then the negative. And always clean your terminal ends. Even though the battery's new, clean the post on the battery, because a lot of times it will have paint or grease from shipping. Should be real. You see how that's getting silver as I clean it? And it might be a good idea to put these anti-corrosion battery washers on there. Green for negative, and of course red for positive. And just install it in reverse. Remember, when you're installing it, you want the positive first, and on this newer Jeeps, then you just tighten this down and this will squeeze that together. Positive first, then negative. All right, this new battery seems to be charged, 12.5 volts. And I always spray some of this anti-corrosion stuff on each of the terminals. Then you can put your blankie back on. All right, it's all buttoned up. Let's see if it'll start. Foot on the brake. Looks like all vitals are good. So that's about all there is to changing a battery in a Jeep or any other vehicle. So you might want to save yourself some money and do some of the checks. Remember, all you need is a socket set with a long extension, maybe a voltmeter to check the battery. You can get one of those battery testers like you saw in the video from OEM, but you don't really need that. Just a regular old multi-tester, even a cheap one from Harbor Freight. So I hope this video gives you a little bit of courage to try to change your own car battery next time. Y'all have a great evening.